Welcome to the South Ops Fire Weather Webcast for Wednesday, May 21st. I'm your host, Kristen Stewart. High pressure still remains in control, so once again, abundant sunshine is on tap for California. The marine layer remains very shallow, but low clouds were able to cover the immediate coastline from Los Angeles to San Diego thanks to a Catalina eddy circulation. These clouds should be able to clear fairly quickly later this morning. Then it's going to be a sunny and hot afternoon. Temperatures will warm around 2 to 4 more degrees today over most areas, leading to highs strongly above normal for late May. This will likely be the hottest day of the week since the high pressure is at its peak. Widespread highs in the 90s to near 100 are expected across the valleys and 80s near the beaches. Since there is a very shallow marine layer this morning, widespread low humidities are expected again today, including across inland portions of the coastal plains. With high pressure and high temperatures peaking, today will be the driest day of the week, with widespread minimum humidity around 10 to 20%, except single digits in the deserts and higher Southern California peaks. Like I mentioned earlier, high pressure is expected to peak in strength today over California, though it will remain quite weak overall. Even though the high pressure is not particularly amplified, the stronger sun angle and longer days are giving way to hot summer-like temperatures. High pressure will weaken some on Thursday, as a weak trough is expected to ripple across far northern California, though it will still remain very warm and dry. Another weak Pacific trough will briefly move through central California on Friday, bringing cooling temperatures and a slightly deeper marine layer to the region. Weak high pressure will remain in place this weekend before another weak Pacific trough moves in early next week, though low confidence how early next week will play out. Regardless, the weather this weekend into early next week will most likely be quite seasonable. High pressure will likely strengthen again late next week. Temperatures will remain mostly steady on Thursday for most areas, except several degrees of cooling is expected along the central coast and into the Central Valley, as the weak impulse ripples through far northern California. Very dry conditions with a very shallow marine layer will continue on Thursday, though humidities will not be quite as dry as they are expected today. The weak trough expected to ripple through far northern California on Thursday will likely serve to increase winds across the region. Breezy west to northwest winds will become a bit more widespread on Thursday, with gusts of 25 to 40 miles an hour common across central California and potentially a bit stronger across the deserts and adjacent slopes. The increased breeziness, hot temperatures, and continued very low humidity will increase the potential for large grass fires across central California on Thursday. Fire weather watches have been posted for Thursday for the San Joaquin Valley and adjacent foothills. Temperatures will cool Friday and Saturday, but remain above normal with valley highs returning mostly into the 80s. The marine layer will slightly deepen, and low clouds and fog may make a return to the coastal plains. Humidity will improve slightly near the coast and over central California to around 15 to 30% away from the marine layer. Going into early next week, no significant changes in the weather are expected, and conditions are expected to be fairly seasonable. There will be some warming on Sunday, then temperatures are likely to stay mostly steady into early next week. The weak trough rippling through central California on Friday will continue to kick up breezy west to northwest winds across the region. Winds are likely to look similar to how they will on Thursday, with gusts of 25 to 35 miles an hour common across central California, and potentially a bit stronger across the deserts and adjacent slopes. The potential for large grass fires across central California will remain elevated on Friday, despite the cooling temperatures and increasing humidity. Winds are expected to be weaker for the weekend, but may pick back up on Monday. As we have already started seeing this week, the very warm and dry conditions are bringing a significant drop in both the dead and live fuel moisture. This trend is expected to continue through the period. As a result, there will remain a moderate probability of large grass fires through the period, with continued moderate initial attack activity likely, with the most emphasis over central California. Like I mentioned earlier, Thursday will likely have the highest potential for large grass fire activity for central California, since winds will be strongest combined with very low humidity and hot temperatures. With the continuing drying trend, the large grass fire potential across Southern California will be on the rise now that we are a couple of weeks removed from recent rains. Continued moderate initial attack activity is likely, with new starts expanding into Southern California. Despite the drying, live fuel moistures are still quite high and above normal, so any significant fire activity will likely remain limited to the dry grasses for now. It will still take some time for the heavier brush fuel types to become more receptive. Rapid rates of spread and long-range spotting will be possible in the afternoons if an ignition were to start in a large dead grass fuel bed. And that's all I have for today. Thanks for tuning in. Our next webcast will be on Thursday, May 22nd. Have a fantastic day.